on a day where this team surprised me, at least in some aspects, and in others pissed me off. The Niners are able to squeak out a win against their division rival. We don't know where the Niners are going to go this year, how things are going to finish, but as of now, it's nice to see that this team still has fight and it still has players. Even with all the injuries and the COVID and everything, that this team still has players that are willing to put out the effort and the fight. To squeak out a win against a division rival who has a better record than you and probably is going to the playoffs this year. We don't know the fate of the Niners season yet. It's still to be determined. You know, I do a lot of talk on this channel about quarterback, the draft, or this or that, but this season isn't over yet. Today didn't help us if we were trying to get draft positioning for sure, but quarterback is still a major need on this team. There's no question about it. Don't be fooled by the numbers Mullins puts up. He's not the answer. He just physically doesn't have the arm talent or the pocket presence to be a legitimate NFL starting quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo is definitely a better quarterback than him, but I just feel like Jimmy mentally is shot more than physically. So you see all the pieces we have around us. Deebo Samuel, what a game by Deebo Samuel. What a difference when he's on the field. If the Niners had a quarterback and hell, even an offensive line that they could actually push the ball down the field to the boundaries, you know, that running game, which was prolific in the first half, was shut down in the second half, mainly because that's all the Niners could do. And, you know, yeah, the Niners fought hard and were able to squeak out some plays at the end, but you look at this team and you look at the skill positions that we have with Kittle and Ayuk and Deebo Samuel and Raheem Mostert when he's not fumbling, and same with Jeff Wilson Jr., and you see the talent is there. Quarterback is definitely the missing piece, the consistent piece that could push this team over the top. You go over the defensive side of the ball, and even with all the losses that we've had, you know, yeah, we don't have a pass rush, but you look at a guy like Kerry Hyder, and you think of Kerry Hyder, and you think of Contavious Street, and you think of guys down the defensive line who, if they're in their proper roles because of other guys being healthy, say like Bosa, and maybe we get another pass rusher or two in the offseason, and you start to see the depth and the role that these guys could play if they were in their, you know, respective places, and you could see that this team could be dangerous. Defensive back-wise, it's a weird situation because you got a guy like Mosley who has his limitations, but plays really hard. And you got a guy like Verrett who's having one of those years where it's going to be difficult for the Niners not to give him a contract, at least a one-year deal, prove-it deal, to see if he could stay healthy again. And yeah, I mean, Sherman played well today, but Sherman's old. I mean, you could see it. He's limited, but he played well too. And you think, you know, and Tavarius Moore, except for the bad angle on that one running play, he played very, very well in this game. Ward played very, very well in this game. And, you know, you look at those kind of players and you think, what would they be with a pass rush? And, you know, with some, you know, their starting defensive players that were, you know, that were missing with Bosa and Dee Ford. And it's interesting, you know, this team, even with all the losses that we've had physically, we still put the fight out there. And I'm really proud of the defense. I really am high on a guy like Kerry Hyder. I'm really high on Contavious Street. Javon Kinlaw finally made a play. I think it's the play of his rookie season, an interception return for a touchdown. He's been playing well. But the Niners need to play complementary ball in order to win. And the way they play complementary ball is running the ball effectively. The thing is that teams will continue to load the box and jump on this team until this team gets a certified, legitimate quarterback who can push the boundaries, makes defenses play honest, and then we could be a really good team, really hard to stop, kind of like a Kansas City. It's going to be interesting to see this season go, see where things take us, see where we finish. You know, if this season even finishes, the way this COVID thing's going right now, man, I don't know. So everything's wait and see with this team. At least for this week, we can all be happy. The Niners won. I'm happy. even though, draft positioning is affected, but whatever. What are you going to do? All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. If anything comes up later on in the week of any importance that needs to be covered, I will get on it. But until then, everybody stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you on the flip side. See ya.